It has a peach scent? Wait, what? That's nice. Hold on. I expected no color to come on. Hey girl, welcome to Emmarie Lane. My goal is to find you the best beauty products with the best prices. And in today's video, we're going to be finding out what the best drugstore eyeshadow palette is that is under $10. I spent a few hours looking to find these 4. These ones are the most highly rated. They have like a decent amount of reviews, and I believe they all have 4.5 stars. So cross your fingers, we'll be able to find like a really, really good one. In this video for you, but over the next 4 days for me, I'm going to be testing them out, and I'll try to keep it as fast as possible so this video isn't a million years long. I'm going to be using one eye with eyeshadow primer and one eye without, so we can get a general idea if it needs the pick-me-up or not. I'm going to be using the Morphe eyelid primer, one of the best. I think I'll do it on my right eye each time. Hopefully I can remember that. We're starting off with what in my opinion is the best deal, as long as it, you know, actually works. It's the Profusion. It's their nude bliss palette. Okay, so this palette comes in a lot of shades. It's supposed to be like the same formula. It comes in 5 different color arrangements. That's not the word I'm looking for. That's the only one I can think of. This one's like their rosy pink one. Color Story. Color Story was the word I was looking for. It even freaking comes with like a full-on brush though. I will say I've accidentally dropped it twice since I bought it. Not normal for me, and it's not shattered. So shade I'm most obsessed with is Captivate right here. Look at that. What? We're doing a pink look because I feel like that's a requirement for this palette. I want to feel this brush. It's very soft. It's a good medium to small size. Starting off with the non-primer side. Ooh, we are a little powdery. That's okay. That's nice. Hold on. I expected no color to come on. Oh, it did good though. Okay, primer side. Okay, yeah, at least Midvale doesn't need a primer. I mean, the primer helps a little bit, but it's definitely not necessary. So according to Walmart, which I believe that's like one of the few places you can buy Profusion, I'll double check. It says a versatile collection of color vivid eyeshadows from Profusion Cosmetics with superior payoff for everyone from beginners to pros. The highly pigmented shades are soft blendable and a range from pinks to deep greens and bright blues. So they're talking about like all the palettes. Satisfy your wanderlust with this around the world inspired eyeshadow palette collection, pro brush series included. So it has 21 shades and cruelty free and vegan. So it has 4.7 stars with over 700 reviews. So that's like a pretty good chunk of people. It's not like in the hundreds of thousands. And technically it is right above $10. It's $10.38. I didn't let the 38 cents not let me include this. That went on fairly easy. I'm going to clean up around the edge, and then I will be able to keep track whether the glitter falls all over my face throughout the day. But can we talk about how pigmented this eyeshadow is and how easily it blends out? Because holy freaking cow. The only color I had trouble with was Bridesmaid. It didn't show up great on top of the darker colors, but you can see on its own it still shows up pretty well. Brush is decent. I wouldn't say it's like the best brush on the planet, but especially if you're in a pinch, totally works. Oh, you know what? I didn't do a little highlight shade. Well, that's gorgeous. My mind is just blown by the power of this palette. So it's 12:04 right now. I'm gonna go about my day, do a check-in super fast halfway throughout the day, and then we'll see what happens next. It has been 6 hours. Either side looks like perfection. Nothing has changed. I do not have glitter all over my face. No creasing, no smudging. Everything looks the exact same. I can't. Okay, it's currently 12:22, so it's been about 12 hours. Okay, got some good news and some not so good news, but like workable news, okay? Side with primer, looks beautiful. Nothing separated, nothing's like creased or anything like that. Side without the primer within the last 2 hours, so about 10 hours in, it started creasing. But like, if I look straight forward, you can't tell. I feel like 10 hours without a primer with glitter, like that's insane, especially for $10 with a primer. Hopefully you would use primer with glitter. I mean, you do you, but like I feel like this is pretty workable, and the glitter's the only thing that really separated. Okay, next one. We're moving on to the Wet n Wild Color Iconic palette. Even though it's like a smaller size, it's like hand size, I guess. It has 10 shades, and the palette's kind of thin, but at least the rectangles are wider. It took me a minute, but I got it open. I mean, it's really pretty. Some of the shades kind of have the same vibe. The question is, do I do the pink look, or do I lean into like the orange vibe that you can get from this too? That's beautiful. It's like a peachy. We're gonna do the orange. We're gonna change it up a little. Oh, it is dusty. You see? I just see the primer on this side again. Same primer. I just didn't show it on camera. Okay, according to Amazon, it says our Color Icon 10 PM palette features our improved, richly pigmented, buttery smooth vegan formula in matte, satin, and shimmer. Oh, and metallic finishes. There's metallic in here? I just realized I forgot to blend out my concealer. It's fine. Don't mind me. From essential transitions to high impact effects, we created our palettes to feature everyday and ultimate glam shades. Formula delivers long lasting wear, soft, glide wide application and seamless blending. Not to mention they're completely vegan and cruelty free. But it is 4.5 stars with 1,800 reviews, and it is $5. Like, you can't complain too much. If this works out, this would be a great stocking stuffer. I already have Christmas on the brain, I'm sorry. Okay, these eyeshadows are so soft. So soft. Super duper pigmented, especially the darker shades. Did you see that? The only shade that I was like, this isn't as powerful as I would want it to be was the one I actually swatched. Like, I really wish that was just a little bit more pigmented. I feel like the primer helped with that though. I do want to swatch this like magenta because, oh, that's pretty. Yes, I almost wish I would have used that, but that's okay because this turned out really pretty. So far, so good. Everything blended out really nice. Everything's super soft. Everything meshes together really well without looking like it being the exact same color. Like, I feel like e.l.f. eyeshadows really struggle with that, where it's like by the end it looks like it's just one color, and it's kind of worried about with this one, but this one did awesome. I'm gonna go about my day again, do a check-in real fast. Currently 12:03, and we'll go from there. It got dark so fast. Like, it just threw me off guard and I totally missed. So we're doing check-in in here. Everything seems fine. Like, I don't really notice any difference at all. We have another 6 hours, but so far so good. No creasing, no smearing, no nothing. Different jacket on, but still same day, I promise. Did I bump my face? It's been like approximately 12.5 hours, and like things are not great, and they haven't been great since like 9 hours in. Everything really started falling apart on the non-primer side, and then on the primer side, like, it looks fine from afar, but it's like really started to fade, so it's not like totally completely disintegrating like this side, but like it's just kind of disappearing, especially towards the outer edge. It's passable for $5. I wouldn't be like, oh my goodness, this is the biggest ripoff ever, but it's definitely not the best. Okay, here's a funny story. I knew that I wouldn't be able to try out these eyeshadows today because I was gonna go see a movie that would make me cry my eyes out. And it did, but that means I have to try it out tomorrow, and I have to get up early to try it out. So I'm gonna redo everything today and then try it out tomorrow. For day 3, we're doing the Covergirl Peach Punch eyeshadow palette. Really? That's going in the garbage. Oh, I'm noticing a pattern with these guys. They're all really dusty. According to Amazon. So this size eyeshadow palette that is priced at $9.99. It's actually on sale right now for $6.90. Comes in, I think, about 8 different like varieties. I got the peachy one. These palettes feature universally flattering, expertly matched shades that are made to be blended together for endless possibilities. Each shadow palette comes with 8 highly pigmented shades with matte and shimmer finishes. It has a peach scent. Wait, what? Okay, that's fine. I wonder what all the different scents are. It's not overpowering. It's 4.5 stars with over 7,000 reviews. There's a lot of pretty combinations, and I feel like they do a good job not having the exact same shades in there. It's not like an ombre effect. It's a good variety, and they have some really fun combos. I clicked on a couple of them. None of them have scents. I wonder if this is the only one that does. That's funny. Not quite as impressed. This eye definitely looks brighter. The primer was needed. Like almost immediately. I accidentally started with this eye just because I normally start with my right eye. I meant to start with my left eye. The pink, like, it swatches pretty okay, but when like you put it on the eye, it kind of just disappears. The peach helped a little tiny bit. It did not look quite this dark though. And also I'm kind of disappointed in the shimmer. Nothing really showed up like I thought it would, except for this color right here is darker than I thought it would be. We'll still see how it wears. I got my hair mask in. I'm ready to wash all this makeup off, so I figured I probably should tell you how things went. They went as bad as expected. This side's really faded a lot. It's faded into almost like one color except for like the outer edge. Not the greatest. This side faded not as much, but I feel like with Morphe primer, the eyeshadow has to be like not the best quality, like at all, to fade. Morphe holds up really nicely. So I feel like this one's not gonna make it. Sorry, Covergirl. Palette number 4 is the most reviewed and most loved out of all of these. This is the LA Girl Beauty Brick eyeshadow palette. This one comes with like a half decent brush. I feel like this is like oh my goodness, look, there's an actual brush with actual bristles on one side, and then you have this on the other side. Like, why? Can I just like break this in half and just keep this? It comes with a pretty good shade range. We're gonna do like a pinky purple look because I really want to try out this like darker purple. And this is what one of the mattes looks like. Oh, pretty. Nice. Let's do a shimmer. I hope this shimmer doesn't disappoint me like the last one. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'll accept that. According to Amazon, it says, for gorgeous must-have eyeshadow palettes filled with a dozen pigmented shades ranging from super wearable looks to bolder neon colors. LA Girl's Beauty Brick eyeshadow palette collection gives you the best of all worlds to create stunning looks, include shimmers and mattes. Are you ready for this? It says eyeshadow palette comes with a double-ended brush and a mirror inside. I'm like, where's the mirror? mirror. I just see 2 stripes. I didn't realize this was a mirror until just right this second. It comes with the thinnest mirror of all time. I guess if you're just doing your eyeshadow, that's fine. The line has 4 different eyeshadow palettes and most of them are under $10. The neon one is $11, $12. I don't know why. Maybe you could get it cheaper somewhere else, but okay, I need to clean up with concealer a little bit, but you know, we're just gonna talk about this for a second. So I feel like the only shade that I was just like, where's this highlight shade right here? It like doesn't really show up, and it maybe, no, it's pink. It should show up on my skin. I was like, maybe it's too light, but like I was layering it on top of something anyway, and it's still not showing up. So I ended up going in with this one right here, and that one shows up a lot better. It's still light because I'm pale, but everything else came on really nicely. I feel like the primer isn't really necessary. The corner's a little bit more pigmented. Blends out really nicely. We'll see what happens.
Look at me going outside at a decent hour. I feel like the side without the primer is definitely faded a little bit. Like you can kind of see around the edges and it's kind of faded more into one color. So it's not good. We'll see what happens, if it gets worse or if the primer holds up all the things.
This is what things are looking like. The non-primer side, I feel like, has faded almost into nothing. Like, it's way gone. And then the primer side has faded a lot. Not nearly as much, but still a lot. I feel like we have a pretty clear winner. I mean, all of these are not absolutely perfect, but if you're on a budget, I think no matter which one you choose, you need an eyeshadow primer. But just Profusion, you have a lot of colors. They have different palettes depending on what you want, and it's so cheap. And you get another brush. It's probably the Wet n Wild, I would say. Maybe if you use primer, set your lids with a setting powder, and then also use setting spray, you might get a little bit better luck with this one, but I just used primer. This is incredible. I'm still shocked. If you guys see a video where I try out my previously shattered Peanuts Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette and a couple other things, you can click right here. I'll link everything I talked about in the description box below. Those links are affiliate links, so I do get a small percent of profits if you use my link to buy the product. It does not affect you in any way. I love you so much, and don't forget that you are enough. Bye. Mwah. My battery's about to die.